training program. And what we're really quickly going to try to talk about is, are you addicted to social media entertainment? And this is going to be a really good video for people that want to kind of determine what do they really want out of life, and how their actions are kind of a way in which them voting for what they want out of life. So a lot of people will tell you, hey, I want this and this, or I want this and this out of life, but their actions really don't support what they say they want. And the reason why I wanted to do this particular video is because I was on YouTube, and what I saw was that there was a lot of people complaining about a particular influencer in the stock space, and they were following this influencer for stock picks. And they were upset that he was telling them or promoting them to companies that were not successful. So the problem is that they're following this guy. They're taking what this guy's telling them in the form of stocks that they should invest in. They're investing in these particular stocks, and the stocks are not performing well, or they're going south. And they were upset at this influencer. And what I think they really want to start examining is that, why are they letting somebody on YouTube tell them what stocks to buy? And why are they expecting an entertainer, right, to be the person that educates them on the stock market? So what we have in America right now is we have a lot of people that want entertainers to be more than entertainers. So we also have an environment where we want our entertainers to be everything to us. So I'm the kind of person where I learned really, really early that an entertainer is just an entertainer. Preston, was good. So when I was growing up, I was a really big fan of this guy that played for the New York Giants named Lawrence Taylor, right? Big Lawrence Taylor fan. In fact, the two people that made me want to play football was Lawrence Taylor and Ronnie Lott, right? Those are the two guys. Watching them on Sundays as a child made me want to play football. Well, Lawrence Taylor had a massive cocaine addiction. He spent a lot of time when he was playing football for the Giants in the late 80s, early 90s in the drug treatment program. But I didn't put Lawrence Taylor on a pedestal as a person. To me, I admired him for what he could do on the field, and then I didn't really care about him off the field, right? The same thing with Ronnie Lott. I couldn't tell you what Ronnie Lott did off the field. I only saw him as a football player, and I didn't really care about him past that. We're in an era now, and a lot of this is brought about because of internet and social media, where people want their entertainer to be everything to them. So because they may like somebody as an entertainer, now they're looking for this person to give them counsel and advice and information in all these other different areas. And then what we now done is we morphed into the business person being the entertainer, right? So you just can't operate a business, but now you also got to entertain people, or you entertain people and then you build a business around your entertainment. So social media and the internet has allowed people to do that, because now you can essentially create your own media platform, right? The challenge is that person qualified in that particular area to tell you what they're telling you. So just because I may like Kobe Bryant as a basketball player doesn't make him qualified to give me counsel in another area of life. Or just because I may like this particular spiritual advisor, right, as a spiritual advisor, doesn't make them qualified to give me counsel in another area of life. You understand me? So just because I can build up a YouTube platform and I can get people's attention and I can get people to follow me, and people like how I talk and may communicate, right? It doesn't make me qualified to give counsel in a lot of different areas. But that's what people buy into. So what they want is they don't want a result in life. Really what they're looking for is entertainment. But then when they realize that they're dealing with an entertainer, then they get mad at the entertainer, because it can't be their fault. It got to be the entertainer's fault. So when you're following a person for stock picks, and really the reason why you're following them is because they're entertaining. They make videos that you like. They keep pushing content on a day-to-day basis. They do like 1 hour live streams, and they talk to you 1 hour about every stock in the world. You're able to ask them about particular stock tickers and across all different types of sectors, and they're able to give you answers on that. Well, they're entertaining you. It doesn't mean that they really understand what they're talking about, because that's not why you're there. You're there because of entertainment. And so because you want to be entertained, and this person is feeling your need to be entertained, you've elevated this person in your life. That's cool. But understand, you selected an entertainer. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? I keep telling people, there's a guy on YouTube that essentially wrote the Bible. on options trading. That guy has less than 1,000 YouTube subscribers, and he puts videos up, right? He has less than 1,000 video subscribers on YouTube. And he essentially wrote the Bible on how to trade options, okay? You got people that get on this YouTube that I can tell that they know nothing about options trading. These people are not traders. But because they already had a following on YouTube, when options became hot, they were able now to present themselves as a trader and now get their audience involved in options trading. Because they already had an audience on YouTube, they already was seen as an entertainer. And so that's really what you got to understand. This has been going on in entertainment forever. You know, Michael Jordan advertised Frank's, he advertised burgers, he advertised Hanes underwear, he advertised Gatorade. Why was he able to do that? Because he already had an audience. So he was to take his audience and then move them into all these other different consumer areas. Why? Because he already had an audience, right, that has selected him as their entertainer. So when it comes out that Michael Jordan has a gambling addiction, why are you mad at Michael Jordan, right? Because all Michael Jordan ever was a basketball player. He never was really more than that. But people wanted him to be more than that to justify why they chose him as an entertainer. And Michael Jordan never presented himself to be qualified in any area outside of being really good at basketball. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? So if you just want to be entertained, there's nothing wrong with that. But understand that's the decision that you made. You made a decision that I only just want to be entertained. I don't really want anything else. I don't want anything outside of that, right? Be honest with yourself, which may be difficult because you may have never been honest with yourself your whole life. And understand that I'm selecting people to entertain me as opposed to actually trying to get a result from this scenario. So I don't really want to learn about the stock market. What I want is somebody to come on YouTube every day and talk to me about a specific company and what's going on in that company, right? Like it's gossip. Or I want to follow a particular company like I'm following sports teams. Or I want to follow a particular celebrity, right? Like they're, a particular CEO, like they're a celebrity. And be real with yourself about that, which may be difficult because you've never been real with yourself your whole life. But what that can do is that can put you in a position where you're not disappointed at the end of the scenario. Because that's all this ever was just purely entertainment. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Many of you just want to be entertained. That's cool, right? You don't want to learn about the market. You don't want to learn about anything that's going to improve your scenario in life. You just want to live in this entertainment loop. That's fine. But when you realize that these people, these entertainers that you have promoted because they were so good at entertaining you, when you realize that they're just entertainers, don't get mad at them. Look at yourself because you promoted the person, right? They didn't force themselves into your life. Okay. So this guy that is giving these people these stock picks and they're finding out that they're fraudulent. Well, what made you think he was the person to go to for stocks? Because he put up a lot of YouTube videos, right? Who has he ever taught the stock market to? So there's a difference between somebody just telling you about a stock every day and a person that has actually taught people about the market, and those people are creating results for themselves in their own lives without that person. See, now we got a totally different model. Here's one model. You got to keep going back to me to keep getting content. You got to keep going back into me to learn the next thing. Here's another model. I teach you how to do this and you learn how to do it on your own. Now, you may come back for higher level content, but I give you a fundamental education that allows you to operate independently. You know what I'm trying to tell you? Those are two different models. So a lot of people are stuck on the first model, the way it's like a TV show. Well, I want to get the emotional satisfaction of this new content or this new information. So I go back to the TV show, right? I go back to the TV show. Well, that's cool if that's what you want. But at the end of the day, it's just a TV show. So me and somebody else can say, you know what, let's create a stock market TV show. And we can go find two actors, right? And we could tell them, here's the script. And they get on the show and they read the script, right? And then because they're so good at reading that script and creating this particular type of virtual reality, right? We build up a lot of traction on this YouTube page. And essentially what we have is what you see right now in the market-based entertainment system, right? Is where These people are personalities and they just talk about this stuff. But many of them really have not produced results individually or in teaching this to anybody else. And you got to understand the difference between the two. I watch a lot of car mechanic stuff on YouTube, right? One thing's about the car mechanic space on YouTube is people will call you out really fast if they know you don't know how to fix a car. Because a lot of times you're talking to other mechanics, right? So to learn stuff about cars, I watch a lot of car mechanic videos on YouTube to learn stuff about how to fix cars. But that's a space based on it actually has to be applied. In a lot of these other spaces, you can just be a good entertainer and just keep creating more and more content around something. And people that just want to be entertained but don't really desire to do anything will actually give you their attention that you're not able to monetize into AdSense dollars or some type of merch or some type of course. But when you really sit down and deal with these people, they have produced very little in other people's lives with what they say they know. But I'm not mad at them because people have elevated them just because they're entertainers, and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, social media and the internet has created more opportunities for entertainers than there's ever been, because I'm old enough to remember that where if you were an entertainer, there were really tall and wide gates that you had to get through to get access to certain platforms, and most people is never going to get through those gates. Now all you got to do is get up a YouTube page or a Twitter page or an Instagram page. And most people that are following you just want to be entertained. Most people that reach out to me just want to be entertained. They don't want to do anything. They just want to be entertained. So what they found out over time is I'm not playing the entertainment game. So now they have to go to somebody else to get their entertainment fix. Because I'm not here to entertain you. I'm not an entertainer, right? I'm trying to get a result, and I market results. I don't market, here's the next hottest thing that happened with company ABC, right? Or here's the hot story in the market. None of that stuff means anything to me, because my goal is to teach you how to take this information and make money. If you don't learn how to take this information and make money, I didn't create the right environment for you to learn how to do it, and you didn't apply yourself in learning how to do it. But the end result of everything that I'm doing is for you to take the information and go make money. It's not just for you to know the information for the sake of knowing the information. It's not just for me to try to monetize some AdSense. I don't do those kind of views to make that kind of money off AdSense. It's not for me to sell a merch or a course. It's for you to take this information and for you to go make money off the information. That's the whole goal, and that's the result that we're trying to aim for. If you don't want to make money off the information, I'm the wrong guy for you, because I don't create this information and create these videos just to hear myself talk. And I definitely don't do it because I'm trying to build this massive social media following. So you need to ask yourself, are you addicted to social media entertainment? If you are, that's cool. But understand at the end of the day, when you realize that you're dealing with an entertainer, don't get mad at the entertainer for being an entertainer and serving your desire to be entertained. Look in the mirror and look at yourself and ask yourself, why did you promote somebody that's just an entertainer if that's not really what you want? And if an entertainer gave you exactly what you want, why are you mad when you realize that they gave you exactly what you want? So if you know about it that can get any value from this, share it out. This is David W. Williams, also known as Diamond Dave, and I'll talk to you later.